There is a moment in your journey when you will go through moments of what will feel like intense loner isolation. And it's very much intertwined with what's going on inside and then reflected out within thoughts, beliefs, feelings, habits, behaviors, and the external world as a whole. Because you go through such great shifts within your evolutionary development of your nervous system, it appears that it facilitates these moments when we start to resolve the underlying charges of the old self, the old identity. And it guides us into this void like space of not being who we are becoming, even though that's a continuous, ongoing process into the infinite, may I say. Yeah. Just say that word into the infinite. Okay, let's ground it. Let's come back. Oh, yeah. So we go through these moments of loner phase. This is when, to make it pragmatic and relevant to your life, this is when what once was attractive now isn't. Friends will disappear. Jobs will change. What we did for a pastime with the old self that relied on a certain element of activation. And it all comes down to that level of activation, that is from the old self, from the survival self, stimulates an underlying current and charge, which then precipitated our habits and behaviors. We could often find ourselves in dangerous situations, all because it's aligned with this volatile charge that's within us. That's why we would go down the pathway of drugs, alcohol. We could then let go of that, but then we go into different forms of attraction and luring when it comes to the dopamine response. But we go into these moments of isolation. We go into this moment of isolation, recalibration, stabilization. It's the birthing ground of the new identity, this new version of you, which is being called to come to the surface, that's calling for your alignment, that wants you to align with it. It's not about creating something new, it's actually tuning into just deeper aspects of yourself. These deeper aspects that are from your soul space, your spirit space within. You start to penetrate deeper and deeper within your spirit. And it's through these moments of isolation where you can really nurture that ground. You start to nurture your awakened expression, your awakened voice, your a knowingness and ability to what are your standards right now. You go through a cleansing of what are your standards now? What do you expect from people? What do you want out of relationships? What do you want out of the life that you have right now? What is your expectation? And this is fundamentally going to start changing radically. And it's just this autonomous process. It's automatic. We go away from thinking that we're doing all this, we're doing the awakening process, we're doing this, oh my God, it's us doing it. But when really it's just this, there's an autonomous quality of consciousness. And I learned that from David Hawkins and his work, that it's an automatic process. There's an autonomousness that's revealing all of this. Everything that's coming up from the unconscious that needs to be healed, it's all an autonomous process. And through this process, we have these loner phases, which at times may come at sporadic phases. They may come quite close together. You might have longer periods of integration. You may have longer periods of being in the world. Then may have longer periods of retreating into yourself. There may be periods where you don't have any friends for quite a long time. You feel very introverted. You feel very diving, you feel like you're ready to just start absorbing information. You look ready to start embodying and absorbing everything that's in line with your new identity and your new becoming. There is a learning phase when you start stepping into a new identity. The new identity, your awakened identity, your awakened expression, your awakened voice, your mission, your awakened purpose for being here right now. And that version of you can feel very contrasting to the old self, the survival self, coming away from the survival self. And if we could distill it down, we could just say it is just the resolution of the survival self. The survival self and everything that comes with that, that came with that within this life, but then also we have a lineage which is all added to the flavor of what we're doing now, which all lead us to these loner phases. When we're in that loner phase, however that may look for you, and it's very different and subjectively different for each individual, this is what starts to confront us. We start to really feel into the full context of our journey. We start to feel into our lineage, our ancestry, everything that's meeting us in the here and now, that's all added to this moment of where the old self isn't serving me. And that's another massive reason. It's this realization of like, this old self, it isn't me. And it's like, what do I need to do to let that go? And that's where the loner phase is, being on your own, going inward, having comprehensive guidance as well really, really helps. Find material, people, teachers that really resonate with you, because it's within that energy, the energy of those teachings and guidance, that will be your guidepost through that loner phase, that helps nurture it, because it can either feed the ego's perspective of things, which is the survival self. It can the loner phase can either feed into that, or you can feed into your spirit, and they can be two totally different journeys. They can be more contraction or more expansion. And that's where guidance, tuning into a resonant guidance, will be very, very extremely beneficial. And that's something that will automatically happen. You will be communicated in a way that's relevant to you. Your way is the right way. And there'll be teachers, teachings, guides that will just spring up out of nowhere. And really tune into that felt sense experience of what the resonance of that, because that'll be the one of the main flavors and influential factors of you navigating through the loner phase with success, in the success of expanding you, liberating you into the development of who you are becoming, your next identity, the next stage of your evolutionary development. So how about you? Are you going through the loner phase now? Have you noticed it come and go? Have you noticed it develop? Have you noticed each stage you've had a loner phase has been a building block for the next segment? Because as you'll probably resonate, shit always goes down. There's always challenges. There's always things hitting us on the blind side when it comes to navigating the external world. And each loner phase we have, from what I've experienced, is that it builds on the last one, which teases up for being able to take on more of whatever may be surfacing from it within us. And because we're navigating the unconscious and what needs to be healed, and that revealing can come in massive waves. It can come in different waves, all being reflected differently in the external world with people, persons, situations, and circumstances. So where you at? Are you finding this as well? Are you finding it really a beneficial time for you? Drop a little comment. Let me know about your loner phase, everything you're learning through your evolutionary development. I'm so curious. Super excited to be back. Yes, sending you so much love, high vibrations. Yeah, wishing you nothing but the best on your path. And yes, like I said, come and share in the comments. Let me know where you're at. But yes, Alex signing out till the next one. Woo, peace.